Okay, the next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. We have minutes from both our August 9th and August 16th meetings, continuation. And so at this time, we'll entertain a motion to either accept those together or separately.
Mr. President, I make a motion that we combine these two August 9th and August 16 minutes.
Motion to accept both of them?
Yes, they're both on us.
Motion, we have a second? Second. Any discussion on these items? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Okay. We have no items in old business, so we'll move on to new business. First item is a announcement of vacancies for municipal court judges. Ms. O'Shields.
The terms of Don Word serving as municipal judge and Charles Dawson serving as assistant judge will expire on September the 30th, and any attorney that may be interested in serving in one of these capacities may submit a request in writing by Friday, September the 17th by 4:30 p.m.
Any questions or comments from Ms. O'Shields? Okay. Next item, announce vacancies for municipal prosecutors. Ms. O'Shields.
The terms of Brian Rice and Patricia Cox Stewart serving as prosecutors for the municipal court system will also expire September the 30th, and any attorney that may be interested in serving in this position may submit a request in writing by Friday, September the 17th by 4:30.
Any questions or comments in regard to this announcement?
I do, Mr. President. What are the look of these terms? Is this an annual or is it biannual or?
I think they serve 2 years.
2 years. So 2-year terms for each?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Okay. The next item on our agenda is Mr. Larry Ward regarding the Go Zone refinancing.
Thank you, Mr. President. An opportunity has presented itself that I wanted to bring before the council and mayor that we have discussed already with Mr. Fleeger. The Series 2002 general obligation bonds can be refunded at significant savings to the city. The issue that I want to discuss with you is that since this is an advanced refunding, federal law would prohibit doing an additional refunding except if you're in the area covered by the Katrina Act that goes on. And Alabama does fit within that area, so we have one additional refunding that other areas in the country would not be eligible for. There's an allocation to each state. We realized when the numbers worked about 2 weeks ago that the only way this could be legally done is if we could get an allocation from the state goes on to proceed. That the governor has signed that allocation. So the city, if it chooses, no obligation that you proceed, but you have the right to proceed and refund the Series 2002 general obligation bonds. The savings for refunding these bonds will be a total of $375,000 approximately, to the tune of about $30,000 a year less in debt service. I would compare this to refinancing your house. You are not adding debt, you are not extending debt, you are redoing debt that's already on the books at a rate significantly lower. The rate on the bonds outstanding, and I don't have it right in front of me, but it would be about 4% plus because some of the coupons are 5% based on when it was done. We're simply taking the amount outstanding, reissuing it at a lower rate, which would save the city a minimum of $29,000 a year and up to $33,000 a year over the life of the issue for a total refunding savings of $375,000. Time is important because of the goes on allocation, but this can be done. The city has just recently been rated, so that is behind us. The city has recently been insured, so that is behind us. The legal work is fairly current based on the most recent issue. And again, the participation in the last issue, the RZ issue that we did for the recreation, the participation of local entities and individuals was very, very good. We would anticipate it being even greater on a tax exempt issue. So this is before you for your consideration, for you to talk about, and if it's something that you wish to proceed with, it can be done done fairly efficiently, but I will be happy to answer any questions that any of you may have.
Very quickly, in order to move forward with this, so it's the best time we would need to have a vote at least by the 13th of September to get these rates.
We're actually the tiniest bit below in that net interest cost where we were last time. This week and last week are 40-year lows for municipal interest rates in this country. I'm shocked, but it's something that's good for Scottsboro. It's something we need to take advantage of, and anytime you can bring back $30,000 a year to the city's budget, I think it's something that you certainly want to consider.
Mr. Ward, these cost savings are after the cost of issuance?
Right, and cost of issuance have been provided to the finance director. They're the same that you've had each time that we've worked for you. No increases or anything like that.
You have any comments or questions?
So you're bringing the rate down, the rates will be able to come from about 4% down to 2.7, 2.8?
At 2.87. Yes, sir. I'm not sure why people are willing to invest for longer periods of time at these rates, but they are. And it's a borrower's market. That's the only way I know to put it. It's just crime. But I hope you will give thoughtful consideration to this. If you have questions, we are available. We'll react quickly, but it's something I think you probably want to consider as we go here.
Any other questions or comments?
Just a comment, I think it's our duty is to try to save the city money, and it sounds like it's a great opportunity we're going to take advantage of. Okay, once we look at it.
If there are any other questions or comments, obviously between now and the time we move forward with this, I'm sure Mr. Ward or Mr. Wheeler can be glad to speak with you on that. Again, I'd like to see that we put this on the agenda for the 13th so that we can move forward with it. There's no opposition.
And we think we can probably be done in the first week in October.
Okay. All right, thank you.
With that time. Thank you all so much. Always good to be home.
Next item is to consider an ordinance renaming of a street. Ms. O'Shea.
You have before you an ordinance that was drafted in the renaming of Willis Street. The unclaimed baggage has asked that we rename this street Lost Luggage Lane. And before you is the ordinance doing this and upon passage and publication by law, then it would be changed.
Okay, so we have that ordinance before us. This was discussed at the work session last week. In order to move forward with it tonight, however, we will need to set the rules aside. So at this time, I'll entertain a motion to set the rules aside and move forward with this ordinance.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this? All right, Ms. O'Shea, if you would please roll call.
Mr. Bell?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Spears?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
And Mr. Hodges?
Yes. All right, since the rules have been set aside for this ordinance, we can move forward with the vote on this ordinance this evening. So I entertain a motion to approve this ordinance.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion?
Mr. Hodges, I didn't have an opportunity to put this in the packet. I didn't get this late this afternoon, but the local legislative delegation sent a letter in support of that, just for your information.
Okay.
I was supposed to put it in the packet and didn't get a chance to. So.
All right, thank you. Any other comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. The ordinance is passed. The next item is to consider a resolution declaring an honorary section on Willow Street. Ms. O'Shea.